let me seconds, let down, sit me down. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You already know. You already know. Rushing for three. We gon' let it go. We gon' let it go. Let's go. Knicks win. Yo, this a Knicks channel with a little Spurs too. What you expect family to do? And I've been told y'all what Castle was gonna do. Nah, we cover NFL boxing and some hip hop. Hit the notification so you can know when to drop. It's your boy, man.
It's your boy, man. Happy to be here. Playoff time. You already know what it is. We got to start and end like this, man. I mean to tell you, show you this. We got to start like this and end like this. Shout out to everybody tapping in. It's your boy, Hard Will, pulling up. I know y'all ain't expect to see us today, but we here. We know the games is on. But guess what? For y'all that don't know, y'all could check us out or do whatever else you want to do, and we watch the game on Prime from the start. So I'm just giving you some game. When it's on Prime, you could take advantage because you know if it's not, we rushing to catch the game. But you got another, a couple moves you got to bust first. So think about that so it'll give you a lot of less stress and you're going to still catch the game from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But me and my co-host, Crescenda Stats in the building, going to talk about a Knicks playoff preview. What up, Chris? How you doing? Everything good?
I'm amazing. Thank you for asking. How about
I'm
you?
amazing. Hold on, I'm trying to give you some applause. Give me a second.
Oh,
I'm kind of. You don't want them?
I'll take it. We set
Let
up
them niggas
floors,
know,
not
man.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas know.
Definitely
Niggas
real.
say better,
Yeah.
man.
Hey yo, we ain't get the money, long time no cash.
Oh, I didn't even know I could do that. That was dope. You got Queens in the
That
background,
was.
so I felt that was appropriate.
Okay.
Mm.
Uh,
If you rub it
Queens
in,
get the money.
next time we go on, I'm gonna have that sign I showed you up here, and that's gonna
How am I
upset you.
rubbing
No,
it
I'm
in?
just
We're both
because
from
you had to.
Queens.
No. The way you want to go all like this, like you know how somebody do, they want to put their hand under it and rub it. No, if you do that shit again,
I was
I'm gonna
just
put it.
actually making an optical illusion.
All right, cool. So I'm saying
That's
if you
it.
make a big deal out of your queen sign, I'm gonna
Oh
put
my
that other
goodness.
sign that I showed you up. I'm
Okay.
gonna find somewhere for it. Even though I like my city, you know what I mean. I'm in the middle of the city. All right, we back. How you feeling?
Excellent. How you feeling?
Great. Playoff time. Look, remember that
Yep.
short? I don't know if you put it up or I put it up, right? But it didn't even get that many views. Sometimes some stuff that's not as powerful as other stuff that we post, right? Get more views than
Mm-hmm.
other stuff. But it's opinionated. It depends what people looking for or if they happen to be there. But I said to you, Chris, get your chips, get your dip. I didn't say it like this, but I'm remixing it. Get your stuff. Be ready for the playoffs. I said, yo, this is a different time. And this is another thing. I'm gonna change the thumbnail because we have to talk about this. And we do have more content because I'm glad I just thought about this. We talking about the Knicks versus the Hawks because you know we cover the Knicks. We definitely gonna talk about that. But if you've been watching the play-in so far, oh man, I'm happy that we came on live just to discuss the play-in because I started off talking about how we did a show and I talked about how the playoffs it just go to another level of basketball. And if you looked at this season of basketball, it was already very good. It was already very well. Like the players were playing very good basketball to me. That's my opinion. But I knew in the playoffs it goes to another level. So I'm saying that to say this. If you guys been watching the play in, right? You see what I was trying to tell you that and when we started this show, I told you you could watch it on Prime to catch it from the beginning so you don't miss anything. Shout out to Prime if y'all want to give us some sponsorship. But the playoffs go to a whole nother level, and I'm so excited. And I'm gonna pass it right now because I could keep going, but I want to let Chris tell me how she felt about because we're gonna break down some of the games because we both know about some of the details of some of the games. But I want Chris to tell y'all what she felt about watching it play in. Maybe she haven't watched it in a while. Maybe she don't know much about it because it's new, right? And my boy asked me, he said, "Yo, what you think about the playing?" I said, "Yo, it's fire." Because now these dudes could come from the playing and win a chip. It's fire. It makes these guys play harder before the playoffs to just to get in. And just like the cup, they incorporated the cup. and they playing hard in the cup. So they created two things besides the playoffs to make the players play better, and I'm excited for that. And when he asked me what I thought about the cup, I said, man, I'm just glad they added it because if I felt like guys weren't playing the way they were supposed to play because they was like resting, just like you can't play. You have to play rather more games or a certain amount of games to get certain awards now. That's a new thing. And that's the same, that's incorporated what I just was talking about. They made new rules that guys can't cheat the game, right? So, Chris, what do you think about the playing so far? Just what you've seen. You may not have seen it all, but just what you've seen. What do you think?
I haven't seen a lot. I'm going to be honest with you, but what I have
Okay.
seen,
Hmm.
um, with the Warriors versus, help me out here,
The Warriors played the Clippers.
the
You know I got
Clippers.
your back.
Thank you,
That
my
game
dear.
was crazy. Woo! Oh
So
my
I did.
God.
I didn't see the whole game, but I did see some highlights.
Rewatch that on Prime because we could talk about it again. It's that good. I'll be honest with you. Yeah,
I saw the third and the fourth quarter, the highlights.
yeah,
I'm excited. I can't even really use no elaborate terminology on it. Like it is
yeah,
so amusing and not like
yeah,
ha ha ha. Like literally, it feels good to see people playing. Like I don't know if a lot of people peeped it. Like I saw at the end, like Steph, he was like praying like during
mm,
a timeout,
yeah,
and this guy came and made that three in the end
mm,
and
mm.
took not us, but took
You
the
can say
game.
us if you're a fan of his. It's fine.
I am a fan of his and changed the whole trajectory of the game. Like
Yeah,
that's not something that we haven't seen before. You know, Steph is a great player,
yeah,
but it was the way like he sees it. And that's the stuff that entertains me because now I'm starting to look at you different because it's like, what is your motivation? Like, are you actually here for the chip? Are you really in the way that you need to be in? This is what's gonna let us know like who is and who's really great. So I'm
right,
excited to see that, especially as it pertains to the New York Knicks, because this is something that we haven't been seeing. Well, I haven't been seeing. I'll speak for myself. Who
right.
is really cut from the cloth? Who's really going to
No, you
think
know what
about the
you see, Chris?
plays?
You know what you see? Look, I don't mean to cut you. I'm just gonna give you some insight. Look, you know what you see? What you've been asking to see, and
Mhm.
not from your team yet. Not from your team. The intensity, why he's not guarding up. Now they have to, right? You see? So what you
Correct.
expected, but when you asked it, it was in a certain point where guys kind of knew where they were at in the playoffs. You know, they don't want to get hurt. Now it's do or die. Now it's do or
Yep.
die. It's no, right? So what you were looking for, now when we watch the Knicks tomorrow, you could ask, you're gonna see, or you could say now I should see. Now it's different. Okay, and I just want to tell you that what you was
Different
expecting
vernacular.
before, different what you was expecting before, you should see now. Okay, now they should be guarding. If not, it's gonna be proof that they can't guard. It's gonna be proof that they can't guard. If you're not up on in the playoffs, then what is the issue? And I just talked about it. What did I say? I said if you can't score 30, then your defense should be sturdy. I'm talking about Bridges. I put that in that joint. I'm so, if you can't score, the defense should be sturdy. So it's like if you're not, this is a great example. And I'm not gonna go into this. I'm just gonna go into my point on what I was saying on the song. If Bridges don't score what Brunson score, me and you talked about if Brunson is scoring this amount, we don't expect his defense to be on that level because
Right.
of that, and we
Hmm.
accept that.
Hmm.
What about the guys who are scoring 15? Should they have more intensity because of the energy? Or are they preserving energy because of some other type of feeling? I'm just saying. if we all want to win and we in this together, then your energy that you're not using on offense should go on defense. Or you don't have the ability to stay in front of guys. Which one is it? And that's what I was talking about. So I don't want to go in on that because then we're going to have to talk about the other stuff. But in the playoffs, we could. Now it's gloves off. Now it's gloves off because, look, if we don't win, we're going to talk about who we going to get now. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. No, I'm serious. You laughing, but I'm dead ass. We're going to talk about, no, go get them. And listen, y'all better be listening. Y'all better listen because if I keep predicting what's happening, then you have to pay attention. It's like I told him Steph was going to go such and such. Now he there. All right. Keep ignoring what we say over here.
We don't be lying,
now,
y'all.
Pull up. We live now. Pull up. I'm writing that on Facebook. We live now. Pull up.
So listen, I know that we wanted to speak a little bit to the upcoming game tomorrow, Hawks versus New York Knicks. And
hold on, but let's save that. Let's save that.
Okay.
Because you know why? Let me tell you why. No, I'm gonna tell you why. You ain't even expect to talk about what we talking about right now. And I know we could. You know why?
So this is pure
You didn't have to watch all those games. It don't matter what they listen. You ain't have. You know about it. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Then we can move on. Then, to be fair, because we're not staying on long anyway, and we already took up some time, right? We got to cover the Knicks, the Charlotte Hornets, and the Miami Heat.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Shout out to my guy Moody. I was talking to him about that, right? You heard the conversation. I don't like the fact LaMelo Ball grabbed Bam Adebayo's ankle the way he did. I don't like it. Am I going to hate LaMelo Ball for it? No. It was a reaction, right? But if you react and you commit a crime, it's still a crime, right? So he's wrong. I think they fined him, but I just wanted to talk about it.
$60K.
Okay. Charlotte advanced. Hold on, let me give you some applause for that, Chris Stats. She said $60K. Clip that. But Charlotte fined him $60K. Charlotte went on to win as well, right? Bam Adebayo got injured. If you guys that's going to listen to the show don't know, he got injured in that play. He fell down very hard because when LaMelo Ball grabbed his leg, he only had one leg on the ground, and his other leg didn't get a chance to fully land yet. So, in LaMelo Ball's defense a little, I feel like if you make a move like that, you can't really know how it's going to play out. So I can't really get too upset at him. But you did know it wasn't going to help him. Or, it wasn't a good thing. Mm-hmm. So you only could go with the results of what really happened to him. Right? Am I not going to like him anymore? No. But I'll tell you this. There's going to be a lot of players that aren't going to respect it and respect him. And it may be tough for him in the playoffs because Bam don't have to be on players' team when they see something is wrong. And Charlotte has like a chip on their shoulder. A lot of young guys that are more mature than you may think, playing-wise, and they're not chumps. Even the guy who wanted to fight the center from Detroit when that whole fight broke out, right? Mm-hmm. My point is this. I don't like no player to get hurt when it's a playoff game because it's unfortunate for Miami Heat because Miami Heat lost the game and they out of it now. And I feel like it went overtime, and if Bam would have played, I'm not sure if the Charlotte Hornets would have won. Just to be fair. And the guy that I was just speaking of from Detroit is Jalen Duren. So you can know who I'm speaking of. Jalen Duren and Diabate from the Hornets, which is the center, they got into an altercation. Another thing I want to mention before we move on. The Charlotte Hornets, they happen to win this game. The next game that they have to play against the Magic. And they advance. If I'm not mistaken, they may have to play the Detroit. So I just want to let my fans and the people know, get your popcorn, your butt, whatever you need. And don't miss that game if they have to play the Charlotte Hornets, because that's going to be a really crazy game. But my last point is LaMelo Ball, that was a bad move when you affect another team's star player. And we can't say you didn't mean it, because when you pull somebody's ankle, you don't know how they're gonna land. I think you're more intelligent than that, and I just want to say that because everybody's trying to win, but I don't think nobody should get hurt in the process of trying to win, because the level of play already elevated, and I just feel like anything dirty is unnecessary because the refs already let it a lot of more aggressiveness in. Draymond Green was playing with a whole bunch of hands on Kawhi Leonard, but he had a
Mm-hmm.
great game. I want to shout out Draymond Green as well. Like, yo, I could talk about this playoffs for a long time, and I didn't even come on here thinking about talking about what I'm talking about, and that's why I know that. And nothing is going to be wrong. Everything's going to be accurate. And if I do mess up, I'll catch it and I'll correct it for you guys so you can see if I left something out as far as the name or I was a little inaccurate. But I'm gonna just tell you this: Draymond Green playing with his hands. He stole the ball on an out of bounds play. Kawhi Leonard taking the. Listen, you can't miss these games, right? Please don't miss these games. Shout out to Kawhi Leonard for admitting that Draymond Green is a all NBA defensive player, even though we know it. But I think when Kawhi Leonard say it, it hit different. I just think it hit a little different, respectfully. Like, and I knew it, but I think after what he did and when we see where they finish at, because I'm not sure, because the way they playing, I don't think you know where they could go. So shout out Draymond Green, because when I saw Stephen A said the Warriors don't gotta worry, they did enough and they not gonna win. And that's not it, because Curry could do what he could do. I told my co-host that he could have an out-of-body experience and then the Warriors could win. Right? That's what he did. He hit a big three. Porzingis had a great game. Right. So back to the point. The Warriors are a sleeper. The Heat was more of a sleeper than the Hornets. And I'm going to end on this. The Heat played very well and very good basketball after they lost Bam Adebayo. I want to shout out Khalid Ware. Khalid Ware had an out-of-body experience as well. He felt disrespected, and the Heat players felt disrespected that LaMelo Ball did what he did to Bam. And shout out Bam again for having 83, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And being that he got hurt like that, I'm going to give him more praise. So this is the last point. For the Heat to do what they did without Bam, I just think the Heat and Golden State, the Heat would have been a sleeper team that would have knocked out a team that we thought was going to do something. And I think Golden State is going to be a team that may knock somebody out. And that's what my connection was between the two teams. Because I said before or early in the show that teams that come from the play-in, they upset and they could actually do something. And somebody's going to get upset. I'm not saying it has to happen from the last seed and the one seed on either side. It may could happen. If not, it's going to be some upset somewhere, right? Okay, that's my point. And like I said, if Charlotte advance, last point, if Charlotte advance, make sure you have your popcorn for Charlotte versus Detroit. 8 people had the whole Diabate, and I don't even know what country he's from. And I don't think you want problems with somebody like that had to walk an hour to school. I'm just saying, like, and you see how many people
Mm-hmm.
had to hold him back when
Mm-hmm.
he went over to the locker room, and he still, because he felt disrespected what Jalen Duran and them did to him. So I don't want the violence, but I'm just saying that it's going to be very intense. And if you have a team where you about to fight somebody and you remember that as far as that thing escalated, could you imagine how the game's going to be? The ref's going to have to blow his whistle a whole lot. I don't know. And I don't want that, because I like the way they let the Warriors play. But I know I said a lot. And I know you said you saw some of it. But do you have anything off of, because I know off what I say, you have take some time because you remember all this stuff. You like me. We hoop junkies. And we talk about this and we watching it. You know what I mean? So, like, what do you feel about the trip? Like, you didn't say your piece. Do you feel like it just happens, or it depends on how it happened and what happened. And he said he's sorry, but so what?
See, here's my thing. I think that the
My
Ball
mic is too
family,
low.
my mic,
No, mine's. I said I know I be getting hype, and I don't want me to be yelling in people's ear. Got no talk. I'm sorry. I just want to turn my mic volume down. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I feel like the Ball family has a little bit of an entitled air to them. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna elaborate on that. Um
Mm-hmm.
Mello. I listened to his post game apology,
Mm-hmm.
his PR run. I don't believe that he wanted it to be as intense as it was. I don't think that. I do feel like he did want to trip Bam, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that he understood the magnitude of what he was doing.
Right.
He did admit to it. He No, no, no. He didn't admit to it. He said, I was playing basketball, but that shouldn't have happened. And for that I do apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I have my own feelings about the balls, like I said. I don't want to see plays like that. Period. That's not sportsmanship. It's
I had to
not.
get you one time because you said I ain't gonna repeat what you said. It was funny though. But go ahead. I'll tell you
It
later.
doesn't. Okay, okay. It doesn't really reflect sportsmanship. That gentleman comes from a lineage of like clean cut guys, like
Mm-hmm.
discipline and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And it was really disappointing to see him do something like that because
But
it
guys like that do the opposite, Chris. You know that. Not to cut you. I just wanted to jump in and
correct,
tell you
they
that.
do. And
Guys
that's
that come
that's
from that, right, right.
that's why I said, I prefaced it with what I was saying in the beginning. Like I have my own preconceived
Oh,
notions because of their background. But,
right.
I don't
Okay.
want to go too
I
far into
understand.
that because that's
I
that's
understand.
that's lore.
Now I
So,
wanted to talk to the lower level, like they
mhm.
understand that rich kids want to be tough more than the high, but that's what they understand. Rich kids that don't have to act tough want to be tough.
So we don't need to see you demonstrate that. We
But hold on.
Mellow.
Do you think that's? I don't think that's a demonstration of trying to be tough. You know
I don't
why?
think it
Hold on.
was a
We just.
demonstration of trying to be tough, but
Mhm.
it was flagrant.
Right, so we can't really say that in the same light of like what is that called, a silver spoon kid or somebody that's more fortunate than the other. See, I only think it's fair to use that when it fits appropriate. And for
But I
this
think it does
situation,
fit because he
why?
knew it was flagrant. You know
Regardless though,
that
no, listen, no, no, it can't be. It can't have nothing to do with his upbringing. With that, I think the
no,
only
forget
because
his
you know what?
upbringing.
Okay, tell me.
Just as a basketball player,
Uh huh.
you knew, forget all the background,
No, but
right?
I thought you meant
You
that.
as
That's the
no
reason why he don't get a pass.
n-
For
so
acting out. I'm saying like you said acting out, right? Let me just explain because
yes,
I
I
know you know
did.
what you mean.
Mhm.
Acting out, right? I don't think
Right.
that that's considered acting out. I think a kid who um acts privileged or does stupid things, or no, I got a better way to explain it. Who wants to act like a tough kid and we know he's
Mhm.
not tough.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't think that activity is that. That's just somebody that really gets in the game. I was talking, like I said, shout out Moody. I was talking to Moody and I said to him, I remember this point because I think it's just a good one, right? I said to him that it's not always, it's more in the, some guys do things because they kind of like superstars, right? So you don't
Mhm.
know what they need to get in a bag, what energy they have to do. Not saying tripping, but when you see them do stuff that you say you wouldn't do, or you see why he doing all that, right? Like Draymond Green, people don't like him, but he get the job done. He need to
Mhm.
do what he need to do to
Mhm.
get himself hype. So I said
Mhm.
LaMelo Ball's a young kid, and we can't
Mhm.
judge him on young activity because of that, right?
Mhm.
But when it comes to the game side, right? Maybe
Right.
what he does that we don't agree with hypes him up to keep him in the game. And if they don't tech him for it or kick him out the game, then that's fine. Like we can't bring up how he was raised when if you just trip somebody. I think it's wrong but it's like a foul where you're trying to stop somebody so it doesn't make you look like somebody you're trying to be that you're not, because you have a right to foul. Now, is it a good foul? No. We're not taking away how bad it was. Let's be clear of that. It's the worst type of foul you could make, because that guy could end his career like that. He could pull his Achilles, right?
Mm-hmm,
Cool.
mm-hmm.
Besides that, I don't think I could
Go ahead,
judge him
snap
on
it.
anything else besides that. That's what I'm saying. I can't
Okay,
judge him on
so
anything besides that.
all right, let me piggyback off of that. So
Personal issues, no.
correct. So let me piggyback off of that. What I said in the beginning, that is
Yeah.
me telling you how I feel about the Ball family,
In
right? So
general,
that's in
right.
general. That's how I feel about them. Now, as far as going into the NBA and speaking on plays and things of that nature, you need to
Yeah.
demonstrate, I don't care how young you are, you need to demonstrate some sort of decorum, because is a this is the organization. This is
Right.
a company that's paying you X amount of dollars, right? Okay,
True.
now let's think about this. Like you said, some people, when they're younger or when they're older, whatever age or whatever stage that they are in their life, certain things get them activated, right? And
Right.
I'm not knocking Melo for that either. What I'm saying
Cool.
is, when it happened, when and look, I've been in situations where things happen. It's like I would have never thought that I did that. I don't think that that was the case with Mello, because I watched the clip about 100 times, and what
True.
I saw was Mello knew that he was going to do that. But speaking back to what I said, I don't think that he meant for it to have the gravity
No,
that
but
it
how can he know?
had.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree that he knew he was gonna do that. In a basketball game, it's like if somebody slap you and you don't know they're gonna slap you. It's like it's unexpected, right? So that's how
Mhm.
that was. It's not premeditated, right? For one. For
That's
two,
not
hold on, I'm just
premeditated.
replying. No, I'm just replying, then I'm gonna get pass it back. For two, right? Mello, I would have to see issues. I would have to see issues of Melo. Meaning, like, I would have to see him act out more than this time. Now, are we giving him a pass? No. But us, as a responsibility of covering these guys, we're not gonna hate him. We're gonna hold him to what he's accountable for being held for. But until we see him repeatedly do things wrong or similar, then we can speak like that about him. I'm just saying how I look at it. I'm not saying that you can't say, but I'm just giving you an example on why I do it and look at it that way. Because we have media, social media, TMZ, all these outlets. I did see him get pulled over in the car. To be fair, I posted on our social media now. I'm thinking back, it's hit me, and something did happen. But let's be clear. Let's just see. We talking basketball now because we said we
Hmm.
keep it personal aside, right?
Yeah,
And the NBA
yeah.
knows these guys smoke marijuana. These guys do this. These guys do that. They don't care, right? So why would I? They're still paying them all this money because they know they can still do both, right? Yeah, that's why. Realistically, guys
Fair
been doing it.
enough.
And another
Touche.
thing I want you to watch, we're gonna do content on this. The Portland Trailblazers on Netflix. Oh my God, I lost my mind watching it. They talk about Rasheed Wallace, Jamin Stoudemire, police pulling them over, they smoking and all that. Yo, this shit's crazy. Yo, you gotta watch it. If you know
Sounds
these
like a
players,
soap
I'm like,
opera.
yo, I grew up watching these guys. I couldn't believe they was doing that. But that shows how far we was out of touch with what was really going on without having social media.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
information, they went to prison and all that. He had to fight the
Hmm.
case. It was crazy.
I
So
saw the
I'm gonna
trailer.
I want to do a show on that. But anyway, back to the point. It's a lot with the Ball family, right? And I don't want to use that as a reason to critique the basketball because I admire the Ball family. Let me tell you why. What the
I do
father
too.
said to me was pure genius. He married a lady that was tall. He could have had any lady that he wanted. He didn't speak color. He didn't.
You said that
She
last
just,
show.
yeah, right. She could have been black and tall, but he just happened to meet a white lady that was tall. Right? He said he wanted a tall lady. It's like he said he was scouting because he was gonna teach his kids how to play. That was his plan. This is what the man said.
Love that.
I can't
Love
I
that.
can't knock him because
Me
there's too
either.
many guys running the street. Too many guys not doing what
Having
they
babies
supposed
all
to
over the
do.
place. Uh-huh.
Right,
I
and not
respect that too.
teaching them how to play. Now they got a ball compound. They worth a lot of money. So I don't judge on how they get there and all the other inside stuff. We talk about the basketball, and the thing is this: if the Melo Ball don't do a lot of foul play, this is the point, you guys. If he's not doing a lot of foul play besides what he did to Ben, then we'll see that it was an accident, right? We could look at other stuff or see what may have happened or whatever. I never really seen that. I did see him have some issues, but it wasn't pertaining to the same thing, to be fair
Mm,
to him. Just because I don't agree with it and I'm giving him a flagrant on this. This is like when I don't like something, how they give you a flagrant in the NBA or they throw you out, right? He's getting a flagrant from Hardwell. This is the worst type of thing you could do. And I'm upset because I'm a fan and I don't want to not really like you because I know you a kid. So I'm kind of giving you a pass. And I know it's like, sort of like a reaction because it happens so fast. But it's so bad that we can't look at a reaction because the reaction is if you slap me and I slap you back or I shoot you or I punch you, right? That's what a reaction is. Not for you to just grab my ankle because I grabbed the rebound. Or some people could say it's a reaction because it's a rebound. I don't know, but I don't think so. Because a rebound means that I got the ball and you happen to be on the floor and see my ankle and knock it down. Why this is not right? Because I could blow my Achilles. This could end my career. It's deeper than the playoffs. But it didn't end my career, maybe. But you knocked my team out the playoffs. So for the Miami Heat fans, I would say the Melo Ball, stay out of Miami. Don't hang out in Miami for a while, bro.
In
I'm
essence,
serious.
I repeated what you said. I mirrored what you said. Like
Paris
that's my
Duggar, what
take
up?
on it as well. I I share the same sentiments. This has nothing to do with
Right.
the way that I personally feel about the Ball family. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
I just said that to say what my feelings are towards Mello. But do I think that the kid wanted to end Bam's career? Absolutely not. Things happen in the heat of the moment. You know,
Right.
um, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because you could have ended Bam's career. You could have. That's just the point of the matter.
Right.
You could have. And that, like I said, we have to demonstrate more decorum. I don't care.
Thank you.
That's
I
just the way that
appreciate that take.
I feel about that. So,
Right.
all right, he got. I'm sure 60 grand is nothing to him, but you
Right.
got
That's
fined.
$60. That's sixty
Right,
dollars to him.
right. But now you understand and know. Think about what we're doing. Be accountable for what you're doing. You're showing up, you're an NBA player. You're not, just some Joe Schmo. And you have a name before you were an NBA player. Like people really invested in you for you to be where you are. Don't piss it away for whatever reason. We're in the playoffs.
Yeah, like I said, we got to see more to feel like we're a little.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. I agree because that's like it's like 0 to 10, like real quick. Like that's crazy, bro. Like
Yeah.
the results of it make it worse. Because sometimes you could do something and you're lucky the results don't come out the way it do, right? But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, the results of your move wasn't good, right?
Right.
And Miami Heat is out the playoffs. Charlotte is in the playoffs because of that. And I think that what it does is it kind of takes their win. It gives them less merit. It makes the win not as good as what
Yeah.
he did. And I'm sure as a player, they have to think about that. They probably say in their mind that they could have beat the Heat without that happening because they didn't premeditate them to go in there and hurt them. I don't believe that, right? So if you
Right.
leave that out, can you still beat them? And that's what's always going to be the question now. So you don't want to be the person who hurt the guy and now that's still a question because you came into this game feeling like you could beat them. Charlotte playing very good ball, and the Heat was playing very good ball.
They
So
were.
I don't understand. And that would have been a great 7 game series, but they all started. I want to say they started late, but the Eastern Conference is so competitive. And I'm gonna end it like this: for the Eastern Conference to be so competitive, and the Knicks to be in third or second,
Third.
third.
Third. We're in the
How
third
can we
seed.
complain as Knicks fans? And we're gonna
We're
get into
not.
the Knicks off of that.
We're
That's
not
like a
complaining.
segue. That's like a segue to get right into the Knicks. With this competitive East, and I talk on this show and I say Charlotte is younger and they look good and they beat us and all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have to put some respect on the Knicks if we in third and they in the playing. That means that they. Oh, let me get a little shot. Let me get some love. You know what I'm saying? That means a lot, Chris. Think about what I'm saying. Chris, look. We sat here and both was upset that the Hornets beat us.
Rightfully so.
We didn't like it. It
Mhm.
looked too easy. It looked like the youth was getting off. Like you in the YMCA and you see the young boys had necks and they cooked the gym. The young boys cooked the gym, right? And we not even cool with them. We don't even know where they from. And we with the old guys. And now we got to go, you all right, bro? You all right? You need some food? You need some water? You need some catering? That's how I felt. But the Knicks got a better record. So I don't know. I didn't take a deep dive. I know I'm so knowledgeable. I can freestyle and just think of what happened, but not all the time. So Charlotte turned it on late. I don't know if it was because of injury or whatever the case may be, right? The Knicks was the people. The Knicks was doing great all season. You could tell by the record. Numbers don't lie. You see where we stopped at. We ended at the third seed. We didn't have to compete in the play-in, and these guys do. So, all due respect, we never jump ship. We still Knicks fans. We just like to critique our team for what we see. And when they go out there and get their butts kicked, we have to call it how we see it. Now, can Charlotte Hornets beat us in a 7-game series? This is the thing. And what I love about the playoffs before I pass it. Charlotte has to advance. The Knicks has to advance. We talking about the Knicks versus Charlotte now. The Knicks should advance versus Charlotte, I think. Now, will the Knicks versus Charlotte is what we're going to discuss. Nothing is guaranteed in the playoffs. Let me tell you why. It's a shooter's game. Some guys are off or they be on. In the fourth quarter, they off. And then the team that was losing could get on in the fourth. Why you think we watching the play-in? One team is down. Next thing you know, it's tied up. You went to go to the bathroom. You came back. Now they up. They was just down. Think about that, right? The Knicks going to be in the same situation. If you're a Knicks fan, you're going to be stressed. Get all your shit ready, all your medication, all your...
Not medication.
Get all your, I'm telling
Lord
you,
have
get your bottle, get whatever you need. This shit gonna drive you crazy for a series. The Hawks is good, y'all. I'm telling you. Don't. All right. Only reason I brought up the Charlotte again, just to tell you how competitive it was and what happened. And we're gonna experience the same thing against the Knicks. Don't think it's just gonna be a sweep. Don't think that, because styles make fights just like styles make games, and matchups make games. If somebody's off, anybody could take the game, and you could be hot and go cold. So, Bridges and all y'all guys that be sitting there with y'all guns and y'all don't want to let off a clip, have that clip ready, son. Because these other guys got people with them that got clips that they gonna let off. I know I went from there to there to there to there, but it all connect, Chris. And I know you
It
got
did.
what you think. We on the Knicks now, so I know I use Charlotte as example because that's the level of play we at, and you're gonna see the
Mhm.
Knicks guard up and do things that you wanted to see lately. They may have to do now to win. So, what you think about? Hold on. Matter of fact, let me put this up so you could still give your take, or I'll put you back down. They could just look at. All right, hold on. Let me make it bigger. All right, these are the records.
Yeah.
I hope it's accurate. Let me make sure because I ain't even trying to see if
Well,
it's accurate. Give you a take. Let me know what
according
you think.
to okay,
It
all
don't
right.
gotta be only based on that because I know you have some stuff, so I don't want to throw you off because you was gonna go off
No,
what
no,
I was
no.
saying. So
You you right on par with what I was gonna say. I was gonna
yeah,
speak in um pertaining to the first round. So Knicks versus Hawks, right? I do agree with this file here. The Jalen Johnson impact. You know, he handles the ball like a guard. He
the Knicks is
rebounds.
54.
Okay,
I'm
let's
listening to
start
you. I'm
there.
sorry. No, the Knicks record
I
is
think
54,
it's 54.
50. No, 53 and 29 or 53 and 30. I'm gonna update that, but
Okay.
that's not.
Okay.
I just want to tell a
S-
fan so they know the Knicks got 53 wins. So if you're watching and you see this, you know the Knicks got
You know that
53 wins,
it's
not 50.
right.
Yeah, let me make sure showing the Hornets.
So
Go
I'm
ahead, I'm
not gonna
listening to you,
speak
Chris.
on that, guys. I'm just giving you my take. So Jalen Johnson, I believe that he's our main threat. Jalen Johnson from the Hawks, pertaining to the Knicks. Right now he's
Hmm.
averaging 22 and 10 and
You
8.
know what? I'm gonna take this down. Okay, I'm listening.
So he's handling the ball like a guard. He's rebounding like a big. He is a big, and he creates chaos. So, I really expect for OG and maybe even Josh Hart. And like, I don't know why my mind is telling me to think about Josh Hart in this situation, but OG, to like defend him. Uh it's really, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the
No, keep going what you going. When you
it's
finish, you'll be
really
able to address. Keep going. I'm gonna show you
I,
again. Don't worry.
I think that this is gonna just be because there's a gentleman that is out. I forget his name. Let me just look him up real quick.
From the Hawks.
Yeah, Jock Landale. So he's out, right? So
A
we have to
big,
worry
yeah.
about, yeah, we got to worry about Jalen, right? So it's gonna come down whether the Knicks can contain this Jalen Johnson. If they
He said
do,
they can guard him. He said they can guard him.
they can guard him. Okay, if they
He said
can,
Josh Hart and OG. So basically, he's going off your take saying either one of them can guard Johnson.
okay,
But let me ask you, Parrish, do you think playoff Johnson? Because everybody, and granted, we got to give more credit to our guys too if we're going to give them to anybody. But I like Johnson, and I know, pause, and I know he's not a Nick player, but we have to still assess the game, right? I think he could have a couple good games in that series. Go ahead, Chris.
I agree. But I think that you know, I think that if this goes left, like if what we're saying is inaccurate, that this could be a very
Mm-hmm.
chaotic game. That's one
Hundred
thing.
percent.
Um,
Which a
I would
lot goes
like,
on. A lot happens with us. A lot of bad things
yeah,
happen with us.
I I would really, I really want Cat to become a problem. I really want him and a problem in a good way for us. I want him to
Yeah, right.
activate. Um, you
She said a
know,
problem in a good way. I liked it that
I
way.
do.
How you said that because you
He's a big.
clarifying what you mean by that. You couldn't have mean the other problem, but I'm
No,
like
that
real
doesn't.
talk. Nah, I respect that.
Um, he, Cat is a passing big. You
Hmm.
know, he creates easy looks, like opens the back doors, the mid threes. He does all of
Hmm.
it. We need to see it. That's what I want to see come from Cat tomorrow.
Paris
Um
Duggar. Everybody play hard in the playoffs. Paris Duggar. Just because you a Knick fan, everybody play hard. We not saying that the
yeah.
Knicks ain't gonna play harder. We know that they
They
better. They
go
have
they
to.
they
They
gonna play
have
hard.
to. They have no choice, or they gonna get their asses whipped. And the Hawks will beat us if you think it's a game. If you
Hmm.
don't play hard, you're going home. That's just a
Period.
fact. Like everybody said the Clippers was gonna win. Look what happened. Draymond Green played harder. I watched the games. So we gonna see. Like, I'm not saying the Knicks don't play hard in the playoffs. They play harder. Chris, remember I just said to you, Chris, that when you were saying why the Knicks don't guard up, why the
Hmm.
Knicks don't do it, they're
Hmm.
gonna have to
Hmm.
now. Cause look, all that chump chill out shit y'all been doing ain't gonna work. You're gonna get taken out, and whoever gonna try to guard up gonna be out there. Cause you have to give effort, at least. Right?
Period.
Yeah. And
At the very
everybody's playing harder.
least.
If I see guys in a playing for their life, what you think the playing at playoffs is? Playing for your life.
Right.
Nobody wants to
This
lose a
is
game.
not even one.
Well, they
So,
should, Paris. That's not no excuse for them not playing hard. I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't respect that. I know you're not saying you say them to do that, but I don't respect the Knicks if they really do this. Like, why? Why would you not play hard in the regular season? You saving yourself and then still get knocked out in the same round? Huh? When you play
you
hard, like I play ball. When you play hard all the time, you get used to playing hard, bro. Like, you can't get to the playoffs and just turn it on. Yeah, you could, but guess what? The dude who been playing hard all season, turning it up higher than you. Yeah, that's a real thing. Cause you just, oh, let me get going now. And these dudes been going for 30 games already, bro. I play ball. Just like my nephew doing the same thing in the league right now. Like, you crazy? You could just be cool, calm, and collective, and then now hit a button, and now you cook in the playoffs, and you, nah, bro, it don't work like that. I'm sorry. Oh, everybody want to make excuses for the Knicks so much. Win a championship, and I'll accept every excuse. Like, if we not coming out of every round, I'm not jacking it, bro. I don't care what nobody say about that, bro. When everybody play hard, when the talented wins, will win. I only see one guy who can't be stopped. Yeah, that's something different. But I'm talking about what you last said. Knicks don't play hard in the regular season. So are they good enough to push a button and just play hard in the playoffs and win? No. No. So maybe play the other players more. So those guys that you talk about could rest maybe, and the other guys could come in and play hard. It should be no lack of playing hard because there's too many young guys in the league that continue to play hard. Maybe they have more energy or whatever the case may be, but I don't respect the fact that they do that. And I'm not mad. I'm not saying you or you in control, but that's a real problem because it's no on and off switch. You have to be used to playing hard and then go in the playoffs and turn it up more than that. That's what you're going to see, right? Cool. Let's be respectful. Knicks in third place, so they couldn't have been doing that bad, right? So Detroit was playing hard then because they got the 1 seed, right? I see Detroit playing hard too. You did, Chris. You wondered why the Knicks looked it like that. So that's what we speaking of, right? Knicks think they don't have to play hard. And it's not his fault. I'm just breaking it down to him. Maybe I shouldn't have had that tone, but I'm saying it's not the Knicks' fault, right? I mean, it's not his fault. I don't know if it's the coaching. I'd rather blame the coaching too because you guys allow these guys not to have aggression. And we come from that. That's what our cloth is. So I don't know. Is it the players that think they don't have to play I don't know. I don't see a great defender on the Knicks.
And I'm sorry, I just have to piggyback off of my partner. That's exactly what I've been saying since the time I got here. So what we're saying, we are in allegiance. We're in alignment with exactly the same things that we've been saying. But now since we're in the playoffs, now we're stating what our expectations are now that we're
Nah, I
here.
respect you, Parrish. Parrish, you know you my guy, Parrish. So I know you know the game. And I know you didn't say what you said wasn't from you. It was what's really going on, just to be fair and clear, right? It's not you're really saying what's going on, but why? Because that could be the reason why we're not going further. Is it depth? What is the reason why we think we could be lackadaisical? That's like playing hard one night, not playing hard, keeping it consecutive. Because look, when you keep winning, or even if you catch a loss, but at least you can see why you lost, but you keep the same intensity. You keep the same place. Because we play ball, bro. We know. Like, no, you can't get no buckets over here. Stop it. They feel it. Like you brought it up. They made Son pick up his dribble or whatever the case may be because they knew he couldn't get nowhere, right? You could see that with the eye. He don't even want to try no more. He giving the ball up, right? Okay. I'm going to tell you what. The cool, calm, and collective stuff that we speak of, if they've been doing that, they're not going to be able to stop the guards, bro. That wasn't allowing people to control them because they kept their intensity up all season. They didn't stop unless it was for injury. So I hope that don't be a problem to affect us. I'm going to move on. I'm glad that you had something to say to keep the conversation going on. I appreciate you. Okay, one last one real quick. He said, here's what, and this is my guy too, Chris. He been around the show for a while. Here's what I'm saying, I'm going to say. Instead of people looking at people think the Knicks can be beat, show how you going to beat them. Paris, that's not Paris.
Can I get there?
It's, go ahead. You want to? I mean, I was
So
just going to say real quick. I was just going to say
okay,
real
go
quick. I'm
ahead.
not
Go
going to
ahead,
take
Will.
long. Real quick. This is basketball, brother. And talent is involved. If you're not already fully into a full chemistry thing, like look at this. The Spurs have great chemistry, but they have a great talented roster. You see the difference? The Knicks have not even a great roster, a good roster. Is the chemistry great though? where the ball just move into a pure open shot is there?
I would like to hear answers
We're gonna
to that.
see. We're gonna nah, don't
I would love to know the answer to that
nah,
because,
we're
like,
gonna
really,
see.
seriously, I would like to know
We're gonna
because
see.
I don't see the cohesiveness. I don't like, and that's just on that. Like, when certain players are out there, you cannot tell me, Parrish, that you see cohesiveness like that to what Will is saying. We see it sometimes, and I don't need to
Shit.
introduce the elephant that's in the room. I don't need
They
to
just
do that.
added the pick and roll, Chris. They just added that with
That's
Brunson and
it.
Cat at the top like 5 games ago. So don't tell me that shit been going on.
It
Stop it. Let's look at
hasn't.
this, Chris.
It
We
hasn't.
don't got that much time. We got 10 minutes. He said Knicks
Okay.
got 2 guys that could guard almost anybody in the league. That's not correct, right? But let me tell you this, Parrish. I'm gonna tell you this.
Wemby and
The
Joker?
Knicks, please look. The Knicks put OG on Wemby, I want to say, and he did a good job when the Knicks beat the Spurs.
Yep. Yep.
Spurs is on a win streak, and the Knicks beat the Spurs. But you know what happens? You guys get caught up in your head over a game. The Spurs went on and won so many games after that, and the Knicks will win, lose, win a couple, lose. Bro, nobody in the NBA cares about losing a game, bro. You play every night. The Knicks had a good strategy or whatever happened, they won. Just because he stopped Wemby that day, that don't mean he could stop everybody in the league. And I said this also on the track. OG Anunoby is not going to score 30 if he got to guard the best player on the other team. He's not Kobe.
Can't do both.
If he's exhausting his energy on defense, don't expect him to give you a lot of points, bro. I'm just keeping it a beam with you. It's just a fact. He cannot score 30 and shut somebody down. If he can, he should be a superstar. And he don't look like a superstar to me. He's close, but I'm just being fair. OG Anunoby cannot score 30 and shut a really good player down. And it would depend on the size of the player, too, because he's doing better on players that's taller than him, where he could use his speed to his advantage. But what about the guards that he going to have to guard or 2 or 3? It's not going to be the same result, bro, because the 4 or the 5 that he's guarding, his advantage is the speed because he's not weak, but his advantage is the speed to keep up with those players. That's why they put him on a Wemby, right? But when he has to guard a smaller player, or who you going to put on if he's not Bridges? He don't look like he could guard me right now. Let alone going in the playoffs where everybody playing top level basketball right now, bro. And I might have said me being funny, but I'm just saying, like, you playing against other NBA players. Let's keep it real. All right, we're going to see. The best way to tell it is by the game. So when I come on here and I'm going to watch the game and I'm going to point and I'm going to look at what I was saying so I could get my phone and record and show you how many times somebody got blown by that you said somebody could stop. Watch. That's what I'm going to start doing now. I want everybody that talking here to come back so we can revisit these conversations. Don't write in here, and when you see it don't go your way, now you don't come back. I've had that for years. So come back and let's revisit the conversation. If you saying that these guys could do X, Y, Z, when now it's time to go. It's gonna be teams down 3, 4 games. 2 games got to come back to win it all. Go lose or go home, just like the play-ins. The regular playoffs gonna be like that too. And once you lose a certain amount of games, they already know where you heading. They talking about you going fishing too. Chris, what you got to say, man? I'm glad I came on.
Listen, if I'm the Knicks, right? I'm just gonna attack Atlanta.
Matter of fact, I'm taking all comments off for the rest. I don't want to talk no more to the chat. I appreciate y'all for commenting. But we got 6 minutes, so it don't make sense for me to respond no more to the comments. Go ahead, Chris.
We definitely appreciate you. If I'm the Knicks,
Parrish is my guy. He know we do this all the time. But go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I'm attacking Atlanta in layers. You know what I mean? The high pick and the roll, stretch the big, elbow actions through the towns, force rotations, and constant. I literally went and I wrote this down. I said, if I'm the Knicks, I'm attacking Atlanta in layers.
Okay.
High picks, roll and stretch the big, elbow actions, towns to force rotations, and constant off-ball movements to wear down their wings. wear them down. And then when the game slows down, there goes Brunson. There goes Brunson. There he goes.
Yo, where you get that shit, bro? That was a good take.
Listen,
I didn't
I'm
even
a
think about that.
student
Nah.
of this game. I'm a student. Will allow me to sit in this seat. I take this very seriously, and I'm saying this with my chest. I'm saying that that's what I would do
Nah.
from what I
I'm saying
see.
that's a. All right, coach. That was a good take because of this.
No, no,
Look,
coach. I'm speaking to the people,
I'm just
not you.
joking. I'm just being funny. You know, I'm just being funny. Look, check it out. If they just implemented pick and roll high, and you talking about what you talking, that's not bad. Now, if we watch now, nobody gotta agree with you. That's what the love of this is for. That's
It's
why
okay,
I love
you
it.
don't have to.
Now say no. Check what I'm about to say. Say they see something similar. Lord have mercy. I'm gonna come up here and let a whole 100 clip of these shits off. I'm gonna keep going. Remember she said it. Remember? I'm gonna do it for 20 minutes. They're gonna be laughing because no, I'm just saying for real. People. You have to prove them wrong, not disrespectful, but we tried to tell you. Just like 3 years ago, I told them Steph was going to be this pick or this player or Isaiah James, this. Now they see him, but people don't admit it. Cool. I don't want you to be like, you the greatest or da-da-da. Just give me my praise privately. Just say I kept it real. Now, son, that we was talking about. You don't got to over praise. Just admit that somebody said it before. Now, son, Ben said that. That's cool, calm, and collective. You don't gotta like, nah, son is a goat. He's a god. He been said it. You don't gotta say that, bro. Just keep it a bean. Other people know what it is too. And that's all I want to tell y'all. Be ready for the playoffs. This shit is gonna be so lit. It's been lit already. Now we get to watch our team and what we feel like they can and they can't do. Not only the comments and people could be wrong, we could be wrong too. But with me and Chris stats, we just gonna say we was wrong and we proved that we was wrong because many times we said stuff about people and we came up back on the show and we said no, we want to give this person grace or change this about this person because they showing us different. So we allowed to be wrong too and be objective. And if we see we wrong, we're gonna fix it because they're human beings just like we are. We don't nobody to lie on us and report on us about stuff that's fake. So why would we do that? So cool. If we see the games and they go a different way that we talked about on the pod, we'll come up here and we'll correct it and we'll give grace. So it's respect. Like we don't want Brunson and Towns and them to look at us crazy, right? We in a world now where YouTube podcasts, where NBA players go on there. So we want to always be respectful and always make good sense and always tell you our opinion, but in a respectful manner. And that's it. And that's new where they showing the comments right there so you can peek at them. you can see from the corner of your eye they talking. Good, because I could close my comments over there and see from the corner of my eye that y'all interested now because y'all ain't been interested in a while. So when y'all fully come back interested, I'll pay more attention to the comments because I'm more interested in just the conversation alone. I don't really need comments. Seriously, we was talking in such a deep conversation, we forgot that was there because people wasn't there. But the views are still good. We don't really care. And we on Spotify now. Go check us out over there. So it's like now it's about the voice. It's about the takes and who we are and people to know who we are. So it's not about, oh, how you feel as a person about this and that. Oh, you wouldn't be here, right? So just support the right way. As an adult or whatever the real reason why you here and when to hear people's opinion. It don't make sense to hide behind the like button. It don't make sense not to share the show because you're taking your personal time to come here and listen. So as an adult or even a teenager, it would make sense to share it, hit the like button, and subscribe. It just would make real good sense because you kind of could be like one of these people that is just looking and then now you don't even want nobody to know you looking. That's kind of whack. Just to be fair, when we don't even care, because I got subscribers, I don't even know who they are. I don't even know who, what, how, who. So if I happen to know you and you're doing that, it don't matter. You see what I'm saying? It just don't make sense as an adult to do that, where you could just click one button and that's it. You don't have to write your name. We're not gonna see your name. It's just gonna show that somebody liked the show. And we've been here for an hour and 10 seconds, so I'm done. Thank you for everybody for pulling up. I'm so happy we did a preview of the playoffs because we got to talk about the play-in as well, and we just got to talk about a lot of good conversation of the game right now because the playoffs just lifted the game a lot. So we're gonna basically end the show right here. Chris, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I really couldn't have ended it better. Um,
Okay.
appreciate you guys coming in. I appreciate your comments. And, like what Will said, I don't want to be repetitive and be a broken record, but like, subscribe, all of that. We're on Spotify. And we're excited, just like how you guys are excited. We want things to work well for our team. And we're just here to tell the truth. It's an objective perspective that we have. You have your objective opinion just the same way that I do. And just like with what Will said, if I'm wrong, if he's wrong, we'll come back. We throw ourselves to the mercy of the court and we say so. So that's the type of people that we are. We're operating with full integrity over here.
Right.
So
And shout out to Paris Duggar again. And
yes.
shout out to everybody that pulled up. Ron Dew, Daniel Berry Sports, you always here. Appreciate you. And anybody that was listening that didn't comment, you don't have to comment if you don't want people to see your YouTube name. That's fine. Just smash the like button. And even if you want to share the show, that's cool too. And that's about it. Enjoy the playoffs tomorrow. Be safe. If we're not on Sunday, we'll definitely be on next week. We're not gonna say days anymore because we're not sure. We're getting a lot of stuff done with the show. We're doing a lot of work behind the scenes, so bear with us, right? We appreciate you for watching the show and enjoying our shorts. The shorts will bring you hopefully to watch the full video. If you over even on the shorts real quick, if you're just there for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, just smash the like button so other people could see the show and have an opinion as well. And like I said, enjoy the playoffs, stay out the way, and we'll see you soon. And we on Spotify, my nigga. Go check us out on Spotify so we can get some numbers over there, son. Come on. You already know, bro, what I'm going to do over there with my voice over there, son. Stop it.